You know, now that I'm looking at it, I really don't like those glasses that I'm wearing. The white, thick rimmed glasses. I mentioned this in the last session of Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, by the way, welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, everybody. We're doing another session, another grinding session. Uh, I mentioned this last time, but the one thing I don't really like about the glasses in this game for the Hrothgars is that it's not shaped like their heads. Their heads are supposed to be inward, similar to Anthros, and their noses slash snouts are sticking outward. Because it's trying to line up with the snout, it just looks like it's pointing away from my eyes, and it looks so uncomfortable. Like, I can imagine wearing my real life glasses like this, as if my character is wearing right now. It would be impossible to actually look around and be able to see it. So I'm just going to get rid of them. It's an unfortunate sacrifice, but honestly, I think my Dragoon just looks way cooler without the shades. Alright, so you may have noticed I did a bit of grinding off screen with some of my classes. I'm a level 50 monk and a level 53 machinist now. It's been a couple days since I have done the last session. I'm also a level 40 gladiator, trying to figure out how tank class works, and honestly, I'm having a lot of fun. So for today, instead of focusing on the alchemist or other side quests, we're actually just going to progress with our Disciples of War job quest. So, first and foremost, I came to court this year so that we could get started on the level 40 Dragoon quest, which I left hanging after a while. Oh man, it's good to play this game again. I've already made plans with my friend Scar the Fox to continue the story mode, which is why I am desperately hoping that I can get through more of this game as much as possible with the side content that I am planning on playing. I want to finish as many job quests as I can so I can unlock all of these really nifty abilities, as well as leveling up the other jobs so that I can have experience in them. Like I said, I tried out Gladiator and I had a lot of fun with it. It's one of the first few instances where I really gave the tank class a chance. And being the one who is responsible for the overall battle pace, there's just something really rewarding about it. And I really enjoyed my time being the one to basically lead the team and judge whether or not we can tank whether or not I specifically can tank these many enemies, and whether or not my healer can actually do that. I know that healing is gonna be a real bitch to play through, but well, we'll see. We'll see later down the line. I still need to try out more of White Mage instead of just only using it for the mini game dungeon. What was it called? Gosh, what is that place called? The place in Gridania, the South Shroud, where you can enter into this giant cavernous dungeon, and it's like a roguelike dungeon with friends, and you start at level 1. I don't remember what it's called, but that was like my only instance of playing White Mage, and it kind of sucked. So I'm curious for an eventual real experience. But until then, Unfading Skies, the level 40 Dragoon mission. Sir Alberic would send you on your next trial, and doing this, we will gain access to Doomspike. Our first AoE skill. I have not had an AoE skill this entire time, and I could have had it since level 40. Oh my gosh, I really should have done these. You grow ever stronger, and I speak of more than just flesh. You are slowly but surely realizing your potential as an Azure Dragoon. Slowly but surely I will prove my worth on the battlefield. That's what Zippy is like. It is heartening to look upon, though I must confess that my presiding feeling is one of relief. You must understand, the mere thought that I would choose an outsider, one who ill comprehends the threat posed by the dragons, filled me with the gravest of misgivings. Yet you have. But I say it But I shall say no more, lest flattery impede your improvement. Now, during our last session, I enlightened you regarding the origins of dragoons. You will recall how Haldroth heroically triumphed over the great worm Nidhogg, and Ishgard came into possession of the Eye. Tell me, Zippy, do you believe that these events truly transpired?
Well, in the context of the story right now, yes, I do, because I'm kind of living through them.
Or are you inclined to think them fairy tales? I ask you this because few folks have seen dragoons, or dragons specifically, in the flesh besides we Ishgardians, and most would as soon dismiss them as products of imagination. Well, even before Heavensward, I entered in a couple of dungeons that did in fact have dragons. Most of them were in Korthus, but still. Alas, dragons are no less real than you and I, and with Nidhogg perhaps the most real of all. In the course of its history, Ishgard has suffered the creature's wrath on 8 separate occasions. Each time the great worm roused, the blood of countless Ishgardians is spilled. Let us revise the past once more, Zippy. The time is 20 summers past and the place Dravania. After a century in slumber, Nidhogg awakened once more to resume his reign of terror. Entire villages were razed to the ground, their inhabitants reduced to smoldering ash. Sensing the great worm's unbridled rage, others of his kind began to rouse, and in such numbers as to blot out the sun with their wings. A deep foreboding darkness swept over Ishgard. I almost kind of want to say Evilise instead of Ishgard, but that's just me having tactics on the brain. Raging infernos. That's how Zhurong says it. Raging infernos, painting the bellies of the sky an angry red. The agonized screams of innocents fading into deadly silence. In my station as the Azure Dragoon, I was there through it all, bore witness to all the horrors. But there was no time to offer even a silent prayer. Nidhogg lingered in one place and only long enough to lay it to waste. And when he took wing, so too did I pursue him. A man possessed. This game of cat and mouse continued for what seemed like an eternity before I found myself face to face with the great worm. The battle unfolded in a tiny settlement on the edge of Korthus, raging on for 3 days and 3 nights, with neither side able to gain a decisive advantage. Remaining on my feet by sheer force of will, I realized that it must end now, else it shouldn't end well. Marshalling my last ounce of strength, I wagered all on a single thrust. My lance struck home, burying deep in the ruin of my opponent's empty eye socket. Yet before I could withdraw my weapon, the worm lashed out wildly in its agony, dealing a blow that left me sprawled upon the scorched earth, nigh insensate. In that instance, I thought myself surely doomed. But Halone was not finished with me. Having lost the taste for battle, Nidhogg let loose a blood-curdling roar before fleeing to the skies. The battle was over. While I did not perish from my injuries, they rendered my body unfit to bear the power of the dragon, and I was Azure Dragoon no more. Lying bedridden, my thoughts wandered to all the innocent lives that had been lost, the people I had failed to protect. That last conflict with the dragons of Dravania left countless orphans in its wake. Orphans. Estinian is one of them, the sole survivor of Ferndale, the final village to suffer Nidhogg's wrath. With none left to care for him, I did the only thing I could. I took Estinian as mine own son, instructing him in the way of the dragoon when he was at an age to learn. Yet I would not have you think me a noble. My actions were born not of compassion, but of guilt. My guilt at having failed him.
The truth is, I was the one who killed his parents.
We got a fucking Grey Fox situation over here. But alas, I have failed him as a father. For what manner of man did I bring him up to be? A thief who would endanger the life of every one of his countrymen. You heard me right, or I. I think that's supposed to be I. Hey, you heard me right. All of Ishgard may suffer for his crime, though we know little and less of the minds of dragons. It is conceivable that the disturbance surrounding his stolen eye will rouse Nidhogg to awaken once more, that his kin have already stirred from the slumbers serve as fair warning of that. Time is not on our side, fortunately. It would seem you are no more than ready to embark on your next trial.
But I've already helped Estinian multiple times.
Yeah, the canon in these side quests are unfortunately a little skewered if you decide to just rush through the story. So if you didn't do Dragoon for the entirety of the game, maybe if you get all the way to Endwalker and you haven't done the Dragoon quests, you'd be hella confused. Make your way to Witchdrop, where the knight Haustian? I guess that's how you pronounce it. Awaits your arrival. My nation is depending on you, Zippy.
What if I don't like your nation?
Alright, fine, I'll help you. So that's Estinian's father. Well, adopted father. And the previous Azure Dragoon. It's good to learn about the history of some future friends that we will make along the way. I mean, we already know Estinian, it's just that because we're doing this side quest so late, we're gonna meet Estinian before we've actually ever met him in the context of the story. He simultaneously will be there, but also not be there. He won't have the dipped, bloody red armor that he had when defeating Nidhogg. Which, by the way, we did actually defeat Nidhogg in the context of the story. At least I believe we defeated Nidhogg. Watch there be like a plot twist where, oh no, we didn't actually defeat Nidhogg. Oh no. So you're the knight that's going to teach me. Oh, you're a female knight. Nice. You're the one who would aspire to be the Azure Dragoon? Why, you are not even in Ishgard. Or of Ishgard. If you truly possess the power that Sir Alberic sees in you, then prove it to me with your lance. On guard! Okay, immediate... Oh, I thought we were going to fight you. But, okay. Immediate death. Oh, that one actually survived. Yeah, so, you were saying? That strength! I had not seen its like since Estinian himself stood before me. Mayhap Sir Alberic... Yeah, sorry. Accidentally swallowed in the wrong pipe. I hate when that happens. Mayhap Sir Alberic has the right of it, after all. Return and show your crystal to him. I have no doubt he will be pleased.
We have a crystal?
Well, I guess she's referring to the job crystal that we have. The one that allows us to become a Dragoon, as opposed to a Lancer. Man, remember when we were dealing with the Lancer Guild back in Gridania? And then we had that dude who was against the entire guild and was basically set up by the... Was he set up by the entire guild? It's been a while. I think he was either set up by the entire guild or he became... Yeah, he became evil after certain members of the guild framed him for a crime that he technically committed, if I remember correctly. But even still, that guy ended up dying. Well, assuming... We're assuming that he died because he fell off of a cliff. Either way, I guess none of that really matters now that we're in Korthos and we're dealing with the actual Dragoons. Lancers, pshaw. You have passed yet another trial with flying colors. With flying colors, Zippy. The day when you may stand before Estinian as an equal is not far off. And when that day comes, the Eye will choose you over the traitor. Oh gosh, we have a little father-son quarrel over here. This is unfortunate. No wonder Estinian never brings you up. I have no doubt of this. But we must be patient still. For now, you must continue your training. When you can do no more on your own, seek me out once more.
I mean, I'm already level 59. I'm pretty much ready for the next quest. Also, thank you for the new skill.
Huzzah! Doom Spike. I love that name. I want to see if we can use it right now. No, unfortunately we need an actual target. Okay. Alright, level 45. We're actually making good headway. We're almost close to 50. Double Dragoon. The 2Ds. The double Ds. The big Ds. You know what they say about Dragoons? They have massive lances. It's true. I love how Bipper Bartholomew was just looking at me as I said that joke. It's like, no, really? I like how I gave Bipper Bartholomew the horse voice. Sir Albrecht has been eagerly waiting your arrival. Impeccable timing, Zippy. A message arrived from Estinian but moments ago. Much to my astonishment, he would trade words with us and bids us meet him at Boulder Downs. As to his true intentions, I cannot say. It may well be a trap, but we must go nonetheless. I trust I can count upon your company.
Yeah, sure. Right on top of my chocobo. You can ride on top of the giant spike behind me.
Okay, so we're going pretty far. Oh, I actually need to kill these guys for my hunt mission. Let's do it. Oh my. That's a pretty cool move. Okay. I like how I just jump into the air for that. These snow wolf popes don't know what's coming to them. No, wait, I still need to kill one. Oh, actually, I don't need to kill one of them. Alright. That was easy. And a fellow Hrothgar. Nice. Always happy to help a fellow Hrothgar in need. Oh, he wasn't actually in need. More like I needed him. Yeah, that's another thing I've been doing off screen. I've been slowly but surely filling out the hunting log, which does give me a decent amount of experience and is pretty much what allowed me to increase my levels with both Gladiator and Monk. I haven't even filled out the archery one, so there's a lot of hunting logs that I just haven't paid attention to that I really need to. One of these days, I'll completely fill them out to 100% and see what happens when I do. Maybe I'll get a cool, nifty prize from it or something. Gives me nothing in return.
Man, I'm sure glad I got these high heels to keep me up here. They're like my very own hunting spikes.
Still can't believe I'm using the high heels. Hey, Estinian! Oh my gosh, just walking on the crystals if he's like a cool dude. I mean, he is a cool dude. Estinian! There he is.
Greetings, master. It has been too long.
Referring to your father as master. Estinian, end this folly at once. You must know that each second the eye passes outside Ishgar's walls brings us closer to a repeat of the tragedy of 20 summers past. Surrender yourself and the eye. I'm sorry, I thought he meant like, surrender yourself and the eye will consume you or something like that. And return with me to Ishgard before it's too late.
But it is already too late, master. For you see, Nidhogg has already awakened.
Dun dun dun! The thing that we already knew about happened.
Hear me, master. You have mistaken the cause of the dragon's return. The eye is not to blame. A premonition came to me by virtue of the dragon within, warning me that the great worm would soon rouse.
Is he talking about Midgar Zomer?
Even as he slumbered, Nidhogg seethed with irrepressible rancor for that wound of 20 years ago. That rancor will send him flying as a speeding arrow to Ishgard, whereupon death and devastation will ensue. But there is a possible solution. Were the eye taken to a remote land from the Holy See, then, and only then, could destruction be averted and the lives of innocent Ishgardians be spared.
You mean to make a bait of yourself? Nay, there is more to this than you let on. You seek vengeance for Ferndale. I mean, obviously, he still feels bad about it. Who wouldn't feel bad about their hometown being destroyed?
To me, the two are one and the same. You know my past better than anyone else. It was for no other reason than to avenge my family that I became a dragoon. Dragons long outlive men and do not soon forget the wrongs done them. What grudge they harbor burns as a fire in their hearts, over time swelling into an inquenchable inferno. You need only look back on history to see that Nidhogg grows stronger with each awakening. When last he darkened our skies, the great worm came within a hair's breadth and laying waste to Ishgard. Naught short of death will prevent him from completing his mission. When he next wakes, Nidhogg took everything from me. Now I shall take everything from him, even if it means my life. The eye works in ways men can ill comprehend, but this much is plain. In choosing 2 Azure Dragoons in one generation, it means for us to join together in common cause. Adventure, you have heard my resolution. Now I ask that you lend me your power. A. The power of the Dragoon, or dragon. The long and proud history of Ishgard. Never before have 2 Azure Dragoons arisen in the same era to fight as one. This is our best, nay, our only chance to send the Great Worm to eternal slumber. Giving us like a good view of all of his armor. Man, he's such a badass. Behold my armor. Oh, literally. This is the Draken Mail, forged in the lifeblood of dragons. As blood calls to blood, so too does the armor call to the dragon within, redoubling the wearer's strength thereby. If you would realize your potential as an Azure Dragoon, you must need clad yourself in the same. I'm basically just giving him like a impersonation of Kane Highwind from 4, which basically just sounded like a really, really deep voice. Gosh, I love Kane's voice in that game. Liam O'Brien did a fantastic job with him. Clad so, you will inherit the technique passed from Azure Dragoons to Azure Dragoon, down through the generations. Then and only then will your training be complete. So I get cool-looking armor like you, awesome. But first you must win the Drachen Mail as I and Sir Alberic did before, by proving yourself worthy in the ultimate trial of the Azure, a series of battles so harrowing as to send the unworthy to an early demise. I'm ready. Master, once the adventurer acquires the armor, pray see to it that he learns to harness the power of the dragon in full. Estinian, wait! Save your worries. I do not mean to make myself easy prey for the dragons. Okay, so I had him all wrong. This wasn't some sort of like lashing out or some sort of rebellious act. He is genuinely trying to save not only Ishgard and all the people in Ishgard, but also try to get his revenge on the dragons. Which, knowing his backstory now, fair. I really wish I played this side quest chain before I started Heavensward. It would have made much more sense. I take my leave to you. Estinian! And then my character just reaches out, wait! Well, that happened. If I'm gonna get some sick armor, I'll be glad. I like the coat that I'm wearing, but not gonna lie, I am kind of in the mood to wearing some Dragoon armor. Or at least some Dragoon-looking armor. I haven't had anything related to that in pretty much the entire game. Heck, even the outfit that I have on right now, I can't even see what it looks like without using a glamour dispeller. A shame. A bit of a shame. Stinian. Excuse me, is there someone over there? I think someone is fighting on that side. Forgive me. I was deep in thought. Anyways, do you hear some battling in the background? Whatever. Now then, as to acquiring the armor of which Estinian spoke. At first, it was my intention to bequeath mine own armor to you. I am an Azure Dragoon no more, and its powers are wasted on me. It would be simple enough to hand it over to you and complete your training right there and now, but that would be the easy way out. But it is as Estinian said.
The Drachen armor, or Drachen armor, however you pronounce it, is no ordinary set of mail. Its strength derives from the dragon blood whence it came, the blood's power resonating with the soul of the wearer. Though I can no longer draw upon mine own armor's power, its bond to me was forged years ago. Were I to bestow it onto you now, I fear it would offer but a scintilla of a protection it afforded me in those bygone days. Excuse me, scintilla? Isn't that like Sephiroth's ability in Dissidia? It's one of his guard attacks. What the fuck is a scintilla? I guess it actually has a meaning. Of course it has a meaning. Everything in Final Fantasy has a meaning. Scintilla. A tiny trace of sparks of a specified quality or feeling. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, when Sephiroth used Scintilla in Dissidia, it was like... think of Xemnas' guard in Kingdom Hearts, where it's just a giant wall of energy that guards against everything. And it had like a... not an octagon. What's a six-side? Is it a hexagon? I think it's a hexagon. It had like a hexagon formation instead of a full rectangle. But yeah. Aye. Estinian has the right of it. You must claim your armor as he and I did before you. You must complete the trials of the Azure, and the powers of the dragon blood be yours and yours alone. The Ogre's Belly will be where your final test begins. I shall dispatch Sir Brucemont there. Seek him out upon your arrival.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna help these guys because it looks like they're dying.
Yeah, let's deal with this. We don't have our chocobo out, but that's fine with me. Oh gosh, one of them died. This is gonna take a while, isn't it? Oh, it's one of these missions? Oh, fucking hell, never mind. Screw it. I'm already here. I wanted to use my AoE. Use my AoE! Oh my gosh, that's so badass! Too bad it doesn't do much damage. Speaking of which, I should probably have my damage buff on. Completely forgot about it. You guys called for an Azure Dragoon in training? I'm just the man for the job. Alright, before they attack me. Let's get this off. Geisho Greens, to the rescue! Help me, Choco Buddy. Help me, Bipper. I forgot what I set Bipper as. Oh, he's an attacker, okay. Makes sense. I gave my Chocobo companion a lot of strength stat boosts. Or specifically, strength abilities. No, don't defeat the log. We need to stop these guys before they even make it into town. Oh no, you don't! Get back here! Wow, they are avoiding me completely. Okay, they certainly are making it easy for me. Think we need to kill one more. Come on, Bipper, we got this. This town is so fucked, though. Most of their logs have been destroyed. That was kind of useless. I didn't really need to do that, but screw it. I got 201 serpent seals, so yeah, that's something. Okay, where do we need to go now? Mission should be, all the way up there in the Ogre's Belly. Oh man, I just realized, now that I'm in Heavensward, and I think I'm like halfway into Heavensward, actually, probably not halfway, more like 1/3 into Heavensward at this point, I can do the post-level 50 quests. No, that depends. What type of abilities can I get for post-level 50? Fang and Claw. Combo attack with full throttle. Oh my gosh, look at... That's Kane's pose from Final Fantasy IV on that ability. Increases critical hit rate on self and nearby party members. Ooh. Delivers an attack with a potency 140 when executing from a target's flank. Oh boy, it's one of those abilities. Just like the monk. I'm gonna have fun with that. I'll probably do that in like another session. Right now I also want to focus on increasing, or just doing the quest for Monk, Machinist, and Gladiator. Although Gladiator specifically first and foremost, because I want to unlock the Paladin quest. I want Paladin. I need it. I mean, your tank obviously has to be stronger than most of your other party members, or at the very least have access to all of their abilities. You have grown strong since last we met. Have we met? Oh, this is probably one of the guys that helped me during A Realm Reborn when we were in Corthus. You probably knew Harshiphon. But you pale in comparison with your Azure forebearers. If you would prove me wrong, let your lance do the talking.
Okay. Time to smack a bunch of bitches. There goes the bitches.
Once again, adventurer, you prove yourself worthy beyond my expectations. Take this, but know that your trial has only just begun. Your next challenge lies in the chamber beyond. Sir Hooststein, whatever you... Okay, whatever. Awaits you there. So, yep, need to go further in. A pair of Drachin breeches. Oh, okay, so we're gaining all of the Drachin armor from beating these guys. I can't wait to see what it looks like. Oh. How is that a floor that I can land on? Okay. Oh, it's her. You, a foreigner, would don the Drachin armor. Or Drachin armor. It's not an N. Then prove to us that you will not dishonor us.
Okay.
What the fuck? Why do you have a giant captive in here? What are you guys doing in this cave? Dude kind of has the same facial structure as Cognazo from 4, by the way. Interesting design choice? Sir Abric said the Eye had chosen you, and it would appear he speaks true. The armor is yours, wear it with pride and honor. Your trial is nigh complete, but be forewarned. Many before you have made it this far, only to fall at the final challenge. Do not let overconfidence be your downfall. You know what? We have the Drachin, so let's equip it on our character. So the Drachin breeches. Nice pants. The Drachin gauntlets. Nice gauntlets.
Do we have the Drachin boots? Nope.
Okay, so we don't have the Drachin boots or the Drachin torso piece, but... Oh, I see. This literally is just Estinian's armor. Well, I mean, it's fitting. Screw it, I'm gonna wear it for this entire quest. It may be weaker than my normal armor. Yeah, it's definitely weaker than the augmented ironworks. But for the sake of actually wearing it, I'm gonna do that.
Brucemont.
So you have made it this far. Very well. Prove yourself worthy of the Azure, or die in your effort. A Gigis! It's a Gigis captive. Why do they have all these things captive here? What are you doing, Dragoons? Why are the Dragoons being so naughty? Your soul resonates with an armor. You have demonstrated your powers to me beyond a doubt. There is not an Ishgardian who would gainsay your right to don the armor of dragons. I shall send word ahead to Sir Albric that you have passed your trials here. It is he who will present you with the 4th piece of armor and consummate your training. Now go, my fellow dragoon, and deliver this land from the great worm's wrath, the Gwent, and the Draken Greaves. Those should be the leg pieces. Honestly, those armor pieces with the coat looks pretty dang sick. I kind of wonder if we were to dye this. If we were to die, then I would no longer be living. It's already black. But if I were to make it even blacker... Ooh, oh, that white actually doesn't look half bad. It actually looks pretty decent. You know what? It looks good. Yeah. There's the full black. General purpose jet black. Now that fits with the entire armor set, and if you were to make it with gunmetal black, it would look very rubbery. What about purple? Because I know Estinian's armor has a slight shade of purple. If we were to make it dark purple, it certainly would fit. Yeah, it's a pretty cool armor set, not gonna lie. Just ditch the red tarp underneath my coat, and it would look perfect. Honestly, it would look amazing. Well, we were in there all night. Oh, are those the Ixali's war balloons? For some reason, they have a bunch of war balloons. I know one of these guys in Dragonhead mentioned that. Still weirds me out that they have a bunch of war balloons and just casually bombards Gridania every now and then. Maybe it's not a good idea to have a city right next to a tribe full of monsters that could potentially do that. Just saying, game, just saying. Literally all the way over there. I remember questioning what the heck those war balloons were in a previous session before I found out that the Ixali actually did have their own. I hear from Sir Brucemont that you performed most impressively. Yes, I stand more convinced than ever that you will become the one to save our land. Yet be warned, Zippy, one last trial awaits you. You will face this trial in the presence not of a knight, but of ghosts. Make your way towards Steel Vigil and seek out a gravestone north and west of the structure. Take with you this flute, and when you reach your destination, blow a single strong note. A visitor shall soon arrive. Entertain your guests, and should he leave behind a present, return it here to me. Alright, so gotta replicate what my wife does in Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. Play the flute. Man, one thing I kind of wish that this game would do with the Bard is that, oh, it's all the way up there? Oh yeah, it's all the way up there. That's where a gravesite is, that's, if I remember correctly. One thing that I kind of wish the Bard would do in this game is, you could use like musical instruments as the actual weapons instead of just the bow. Like, using the bow is cool and all, but I remember in previous games like Tactics and Final Fantasy IV where the Bard character just used like a harp or actual instruments. Nah, it was usually just the harp. But that would be so cool. Have like a Sai Wenji or Genji moveset in this game. There's a character from Dynasty Warriors, by the way, where you could just play the musical instruments and just jam out. That would be awesome. And they could deal sick damage. I would love that. Anyways, apparently we have another hunt right here. Man, apparently Korthus is the way to go. Let's get rid of this hunt before we continue with the quest at the very least. There should be more dragons in this vicinity. Ah, there they are. Are these things even dragons? Should they even count? I mean, they look like reptilian creatures. If anything, they're more like worms, but then again, I believe this game denotes dragons to be the same as worms. I guess Final Fantasy doesn't know the differences between the two. Then again, the difference is very superficial at best. Right, there we go. I'll complete the entire hunting log off screen. I know no one wants to watch that. Oh yeah, this is just filled with a bunch of grape sites. Hello there. Huh, there's someone right there. Oh my gosh, I want to see the flute animation! Dang it. I didn't get to see the flute animation in time. Play the flute and complete the trial. Wait, that's it? I guess we didn't really need to do anything else. Huh. Okay. Well, while we're here... There we go. Just wanted to get a little screenshot of me praying. Might as well. Yeah, at this point, me and Scar have finished the next main story quest, so all we need to do is go turn it in. Trying to explain what happened in terms of the plot to him to remind... It's gonna be a pain. It's gonna be pain when I do the next session with Scar, and I'm gonna have to explain what happened last time, because it's been so long since we played 14 that he's probably forgotten the main plot. Well, first and foremost, Horsefant is dead. And I cried. There aren't many deaths that make me cry. Actually, there are a lot of deaths. Never mind. I am a very emotional person, so death in video games do definitely make me cry, especially if it's with a character that I really, really like. Although I never actually cried on YouTube before. I thought I would have cried during Persona 2, but I managed to hold it in just fine. Mostly because I played that game to death. I actually cried during... I actually teared up during Tactics. I don't think I cried, I just teared up. Final Fantasy VII, I almost cried. Oh gosh. When I play Final Fantasy VIII, I am probably gonna bawl my eyes out during the ending. Especially when it involves Laguna. Oh man, poor Laguna. Your presence before me indicates that you've seen the visitor. Have you aught to show for your deeds?
Yeah, I have a draconian flute and a horde skull, so I hope I was supposed to take all of this from the gravesite.
Ah, the Skull of Greywine, old warrior of the Dervanian horde. It is said that in ages past he could bring down a castle with a single breath. His strength has dwindled since those days, but a dragon past his prime is a formidable foe nonetheless. In slaying him, you have proven yourself worthy of this. Wait, did I slay a ghost or a dragon that was still alive? You now possess 4 pieces of the armor that Estinian, myself, and our forebears did wear. While you doubtless wonder about the 5th, I can tell you only that it is not mine to give. Fear not, however, your triumphs in the trials and against the dragon of the horde give evidence that Draken blood now resonates with yours. Yes, you stand before me as prepared for your ultimate challenge as any could be. I mean, I do have Midgard Zormer with me, so... I guess that technically makes sense as to why Midgard Zormer decided to come with me, because I technically do have Draken blood inside of me.
I have dragon inside of me.
Sorry. And yet, before we proceed, I would hear it from your own lips. The Great Worm's power is the stuff of legends. Have you truly resolved to fight this battle, to risk your own life, and to deliver a foreign land from the clutches of its ancient foes? When you are certain that your mind is settled, return and speak to me. And with that, where's the Draken armor? Wait, where is it? Oh, Draken armlet. Armlet? What the heck is a dragon armlet? Oh, it's a headpiece. Okay. Why don't they just call it a helmet? Oh, look at that. We don't actually have enough room for this. Disciple of War. Yeah, let's desynthesize that. I'm actually surprised I don't have enough room. 3 slots remaining in your inventory. Yeah, I probably should go back to my inventory and try to do something about all this. Visor of Maiming. Must be in my inventory. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Place in the armory. I also did a lot of triple triad playing off screen. Wait, what the heck is this? Oh, it's an astrologian weapon. Probably should do something about that. And with this, we have the headpiece, which unfortunately cannot fit me. Because I am, unfortunately, a Hrothgar. I hate how not even this can fit me. This makes total sense, though. Why can't I wear the Drachan armlet? Ugh. Such a shame, such a shame. Well, we're here, and I want to get Wing Glide. So level 45 mission, Fatal Seduction. Sir Abric would ask you to reaffirm your commitment to do battle with the Great Worm. So would you join your strength to Estinians, that Ishgard might be free from the rage of the Great Worm forevermore? Then I shall honor my promise. You shall have full use of your powers by the time we are done. Before we begin, there is something I must need confess. You will recall the tale of my battle with Nidhogg 20 years past, and how the power of the dragon left me on account of the injuries I sustained. What I said was an untruth. The power did not abandon me, Zippy. It was I who abandoned it. Being derived from our mortal enemies, the power of the Azure Dragoon is a double-edged sword. Even as it lends us the strength we need to smite dragons, it heightens our communion with the creatures, rendering our minds more susceptible to their seduction than ordinary men. Oh, no wonder Miles and Yuki were obsessed with the dragons. No, I'm kidding. Even as I buried my lance in Nidhogg's flesh, our gazes locked, and mine eyes met then with a look that would fair impale a man. In that instance, I found myself assailed by a torrent of emotions not mine own. It almost sounds like you were, I'm screenshotting that so I could share it with a friend of mine. It almost sounds like you were in love with the dragon. Sorrow, rancor, pity. They threatened to drown the man in me and leave behind a dragon. Fearing that I might turn traitor, I chose to purge myself of the power that the eye had bestowed upon me. Thus regaining lucidity, I was able to rout the grievously wounded Nidhogg. Alas, countless of his brethren yet remained, as if to mock me. They fell upon Ferndale with a vengeance, bereft from my power. It was all I could do to save but one child. Nary a soul knows of this, nay, not even Estinian, but I can keep him in the dark no longer. At our last meeting, Estinian said that protecting Ishgard and exacting revenge upon Nidhogg are as one to him. That frame of mind, I fear, may well lead to his demise. The desire to protect and desire to avenge are opposing forces that can ill be reconciled. Worse, the latter serves only to cloud his sense of self. When next Estinian and I meet, I intend to confess all. Though it means the loss of his good opinion, the outcome of the coming battle, and his very life, may well depend upon his readiness and relinquish his power, or to relinquish his power. Never allow yourself to forget the origins of your strength. Ever does the dragon lurk inside your eyes, biding its time, ready to claim you for its own. Yeah, I always have a dragon that's trying to get me. I have many dragons that are trying to get me. In fact, I married a dragon. Less than complete conviction, and you will find yourself in its vice-like clutches. So forewarned, let us return to our present endeavors. My promise to Estinian was that I would impart onto you the technique that will mark you as a true Azure Dragoon. If you would know the knowledge, or if you know the truth, however, this knowledge is not within my power to bestow. No, you must claim the technique much as you claim the fourth piece of the armor you bear, by proving yourself in battle with the dragons whose power you would unite with your own. I entrusted you with this flute once more. Take it to the southwest of the Providence Point, and blow it a single note. By locking wheels with your adversary and prevailing, you will prove yourself. Sorry, I'm distracted by that paladin in the back. You will prove yourself worthy to champion the cause to which your lance is sworn. The dragon within you shall then awaken.
Sounds good to me.
Nice paladin. Alright. So he mentioned southwest, huh? Somewhere around here. Yeah. Fatal Seduction. So we're gonna have to make sure we're powerful enough to not get seduced by a dragon.
Man, that's the hardest challenge in this entire game. My entire adventure has led to this one moment.
Oh, it's all the way up here, apparently. Is there a cliffside I can go on? Apparently so. I don't know if I've ever been up here. Oh boy! The Archievos. I think I remember this thing in previous Final Fantasy games. Or at the very least, it shares a similar name. Well, that was certainly a battle. And with that, I think all we need to do is just go back, yeah. You know, this mission is really easy once you get the ability to fly. I bet when I was doing, if I was doing all this, you know, pre A Realm Reborn completion, and I only had the ability to use mounts and walk all over the place, it would certainly have taken me a while to get to that position. It really helps having the ability to fly. It really does. It's so convenient. Whee! It's good to see you safely returned. I take from your bearing that the engagement went favorably.
Well, I mean, I did come back in less than 5 minutes, so, yeah, you tell me. Also, how do you like me wearing your predecessor's armor? Unfortunately, the helmet won't show.
You left this place as a man, Zippy, but you returned as a dragon. Again, saving that for a friend. There is no more for me to teach you. From here, your battle is yours, and yours alone. Now, you might recall me saying that the fifth and final piece of the Draken armor was not mine to give. However, that is not wholly true.
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot with you. Not everything is wholly true.
I could guide you in the direction of that which you seek. That said, I yet have reservations. The sheer power of the dragon housed within is such that a great many of your Azure forebears, myself among them, have proven hopelessly incapable of wielding it. But I do not doubt what I see. I don't know how to say that. Within you has awakened a strength that forever eludes the likes of mine. If you are not worthy of wearing this armor, then I know none who are. Except for Estinian. Remember my warning to you, Zippy, and heed it well. Nidhogg is a lord among his kind. Aught less than complete conviction, and you will surely fall under his thrall.
And then I'd be a slave to a giant dragon. Not the first time. I mean, I am married to one.
Before you can master your foe, you must need master yourself. Hone your lance, arm till it can bear no further honing, and then present yourself to me. When the time is come, I will tell you what you need to know. I look forward to our next meeting, my young dragoon. Is that the end of the mission? Oh, yay! Dude, making it sound like we have to conquer ourselves like Persona. Next mission, we'll have to fight our shadow and gain full control of our consciousness. Okay, so what's this next ability? Rush to a target enemy's location. Cannot be executed while bound. Okay, so if I were to use it on my chocobo, can't do it because my chocobo is not an enemy. Of course. Alright. I actually have this set right there. And Doomspike will be right there as my AoE attack. Looks good to me. And finally, we have the level 50 mission, Into the Dragon's Maw. We'll finally be able to get the Drachen Mail, or Drachen Mail, Worm Armor Coffer level 90, which will probably have the item level 90 equipment, or weapon, and the Dragonfire Dive ability. Let's do this. So judging from the dialogue that we had from this guy in the previous mission, I call it a hunch, but I feel like Alberic is not going to survive this mission chain, especially since we never hear from him in Heavensward ever again. I'm gonna be sad if he actually dies. He seems like a cool guy. Ah, Zippy! An urgent message arrived from Estinian in your absence. He bids you come at once to the Steel Vigil. It would seem Nidhogg is on the move, and rather sooner than we anticipated. But he's dead. I mean, oh wait, we're back in the past. It appears you have not yet fully become master of the dragon within you, and yet we are racing against time. I fear we have no choice but to do battle to the best of your current abilities. And without the Drachen mail, I promised. Now let us away. Estinian must know the truth of Ferndale, lest he fall for the great worm's seduction. Kinky. I'm gonna have to make Scar play through this mission chain one of these days. You know what? No, I'll have Fire play through this mission chain. She is gonna play Final Fantasy XIV one of these days after all. Possibly when they move into their new house, which will be awesome to do. Alright. We're heading all the way up north, apparently. At the Dragon's Hideout. That is where we last saw dragons in one of the side quests. It is true what Miles said, though. All these side quests in Korthus really do paint a good picture as... really do paint a good picture for the start of Heavensward. It gets you in the mood to meeting the dragons and, you know, dealing with them. It's actually really fun. Oh, this is like a genuine location. Unable to execute the command while mounted? What do you mean? Oh, okay. It's a duty! I'm wearing my armor. Let's do this. Remember what I said, he's probably not going to survive this. My lens is so purple. I am using the Yokai Watch staff. Or the Yokai Watch weapon. It's so not fitting. It's so colorful compared to other Dragoons. But you know what? I'm a goofy Dragoon. Yes, Estinian? Oh. Alberic, I have waited long for this day. Uh-oh. Does he know? You who fancy yourself an Azure Dragoon, the man whose cause you have taken for your own as a coward, he relinquished the power of the Dragoon, of the dragon, of his own volition, and watched as Ferndale burned. Oh no, he knew. Do you not think it ironic that I was chosen Azure Dragoon? I, an orphan who had not of value to protect an Ishgard. I suppose I must give thanks, for it was the eye that revealed to me the truth, a truth so damning as to undo a lifetime of trust. I loved you as a father, but I can ill forgive you for Ferndale. Ooh, dang it. He knew this entire time because of the eye. It was the eye. He had that look in his eye. As I understand it, you've kept even the Archbishop in the dark. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Asinian. As I understand it, you kept even the Archbishop in the dark regarding the missing eye. Do you mean to take your shame to your grave? No, he just wants to protect you.
But I waste my breath. Prepare yourself, old man, for I shall lay waste all the things you hold dear, and once I'm finished with you, I shall do what no Azure Dragoon has succeeded in doing. I shall claim Nidhogg's head.
That's a large tale. Yeah, he's very much going beyond his station. He's being ruled by his emotions at the moment. Calm yourself, Estinian. Also, hey, thumbnail. Your rage renders you vulnerable to the dragon's influence.
Oh no, he didn't.
Look at Zippy. Look, it's so serious. Zippy?
In you, I thought I had found kindred, someone beside whom I could fight the great worm. It is with a heavy heart that I relinquish that dream. Your affection for this coward has rendered you deaf to your own destiny. Very well. That we would one day cross lances was inevitable from the moment of our first meeting. As we shall now find out who is the Eye's true chosen one. There can be only one.
Oh. This is kind of awkward considering our later relationship.
I am the Eye's true chosen, and you shall know it when I bury you with this lance.
Stop this madness. Think of the dragons. Estinian is consumed by the dragon's curse. So he really is just consumed by it. I wonder what this ability does. Ooh, that's cool. It's basically just a dash, a dragon dash towards the enemy. That's neat. Well, considering I'm like level 50 at the moment. Oh, we're level 50, okay. It actually lowered my level to the amount of the duty.
Ah, yes, the power of the Eye. Now the flames shall consume you wholly.
Oh, no you don't.
Power, I must have more power. O Lord of Dragons, grant me the strength to raise thine enemies.
Oh gosh, he is going mad with power. Estinian, no, you gotta stop this. Oh, he actually had a voice. Wake up, Estinian. He was so consumed by the dragon's rage. He even had a blue aura and everything.
Feeble creature, does thou desire power? Look to thine anger, and to thy hatred. It is there that thou shalt find it.
Why are we just turning our backs to him?
O mighty Nidhogg, Lord of Dragons.
Don't pray for it, don't pray for it.
Grant unto me thy blood, that I might might be granted the claws and fangs wherewith to rend thine enemies.
Is he gonna transform into an actual dragon? No. It's his shadow.
Zippy, this is impossible. It cannot be.
What? Wait, that was us, wasn't it? That's us. We summoned the power of the Azure Dragoon. We became the Azure Dragoon to stop him. That's amazing. That was cool. But what happened to Estinian? Forgive me, Estinian. I have failed you once again. I am fine, Zippy. Somewhat shaken, but otherwise whole of body. Suffice to say, I have much to reflect upon. Let us return to the observatorium. Oh, hold on. What happened to Obsidian? Where's Obsidian? Where did he go? Oh, this kind of makes the canon a little wacky. Soul the Dragon shines with unbound refinement. That's cool. But again, where the fuck is Estinian? We didn't kill him. Like, not at all. We did not kill him. In the context of Heavensward, he is still alive. Was that like a dark version of Estinian that wasn't actually there? Was it really just a shadow? Or are we gonna find him again eventually? If not, then this will be the biggest fucking cliffhanger ever. Also, I had no idea Estinian fell to the power of the Eye like that. I guess it really does pay to play through all of the important side quests before moving on to the context of the story. Because we get so much knowledge about Estinian and his past, as well as the concept of the Azure Dragoons. We actually get the explanation for the Azure Dragoons, and we get some good lore on Ishgard that, of course, we learn about in Heavensward because they catch us up with it. But if you did play the Dragoon stuff, it would actually make much more sense. When the being of darkness closed upon us, you appeared to me the spinning image of Huldroth, the Dragon Eye, or Dragon's Eye, just as he is depicted in the Holy Scriptures. In the Dudai Papers. I thought that mayhaps the years had taken their toll on my mind, but behold, the soul of the Dragoon shines as it never did in all my years I bore it. It would seem you have achieved that which was thought impossible. You have awakened to the ability that none but the first Azure Dragoon possessed. Truly a momentous achievement. I can still scarce believe that you were able to summon the self-same Drachan mail worn by Huldroth. To think that it had been sealed within the soul crystal all this time. I have borne witness to many and more wonders over the years, yet none compared to you, my young dragoon. Could it be that you are? Mark not my muttering. I am certain that it was your indomitable sense of justice that resonated with the spirit of the first Azure Dragoon, prompting him to bestow the armor upon you. Yes, that is doubtless what happened. As the being of darkness faded, so too did Nidhogg's aura subside, and now his kind have ceased their stirring. Whether this was compelled by our awakening, I cannot say. I suspect we will learn the truth of it eventually. Estinian, my dear boy, whatever becomes of him, he will ever be as a son to me. I pray that he is somewhere out there still, and that he has not wholly forgotten the great man he once was. When the darkness brushed against me, the self-same torment of emotions swept over me, as those I experienced 20 summers past. But there was something else besides. There was a voice, and it lamented the rift that divides dragons and men. Oh? You will come to comprehend what I speak in due time. Till then, Zippy, I pray that you will ever use your newfound strength in the name of justice. A bit of foreshadowing to the relationship between dragons and man that we learn in Heavensward. Interesting. So we're just gonna leave Estinian, like, completely off? We don't know what happened to Estinian? Okay! This concludes the Dragoon quest for Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. Yep, before the dawn. Once you've done so, the next Dragoon quest will be available from Alberg, which I think will happen now, considering we've already completed. Yep, it's already here. Dragoon Age, fantastic. And with that, we have the Draken Mail. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Hey guys, look at me. I'm Estinian. I'm a buff Estinian. Actually looks really awesome. I'm gonna take that to my my glamour dresser, and I'll probably wear that for the next session. Specifically when I play with Scar. That's nice, that's neat. We're gonna go back to the normal attire though. Alright, so we gained one more skill. Dragonfire Dive. Delivers a jumping fire-based attack to target and all enemies nearby it with a potency of 500 for the first enemy and 50% less for all remaining enemies. Cannot be executed while bound. Okay, fascinating. A really powerful move, and I want to see the animation for it. So let's find a random enemy to fight just real quick. Ah, ice spray. That should do it. Okay. That fucking murdered it. Pretty impressive, I gotta say. Let's do the winged glide. Yeah, it's literally a dragon. That's awesome. That's neat. So yeah, Dragoon is now caught up to the entirety of A Realm Reborn. I think that's awesome. We finally have an AoE move. Are you kidding me? This is also something that I need to kill? Okay. We finally have an AoE move to work with, so I am pretty happy about that. Now we could continue and try to complete the new quest lines for Heavensward, but I think I'll save that for next time. For now, I want to focus on the other job quests that we've left hanging as well, such as Monk and the Gladiator quest, both of which I am very much excited for. AoE! Nice. That's a decent amount of experience, actually. 14k? Nothing to scoff at. I am genuinely curious, though. What does the next quest look like? Sky's the limit with a new character, apparently. Is mustering reinforcements for a battle. Okay, cool. But again, we'll come back later. Next up to do on our agenda, let's start with the Gladiator quest. Mostly due to the fact that it is still a gladiator. Well, we are still a gladiator, and I want to finally become a paladin. I think we've left the level 30 quest hanging for a bit. I don't remember the context as to what we were doing. I believe there was, there was a female paladin who was in charge of the Gladiators Guild, and she had a guy friend who took the role as a bunny man. Big bunny. Bunny. I want to pet the bunny. I've never seen a Hrothgar bunny before. I've never seen that hat before, but I want that hat now. I want that hat. I want to be a bunny. I want to be a banui. It's so cute. Okay, before I get distracted again. Wymond, I believe, is the guy we need to talk to, so it's just across the street from this banui. I'm just going to keep petting this banui a couple more times. Yeah, last time we left off with the Gladiator questline. There's a female who's in charge of the Gladiator Guild. She had a male friend. He faked his death a long time ago so that he could be free and wander the land. And that was kind of a dick move. So, yeah, we kind of have to deal with that. Anyways, I've pet the banui long enough. Let me just hug. There we go. Just casually hugging the banui. I mean, it's a giant banui. You wouldn't hug that. Alright, Wymond. I was wondering when you might come along, Zippy. It's been months. Frankly, I'm surprised Aldous went so quietly. He ought to know there's no walking away from this. What happened between Aldous and Leovold 7 years ago? Wait, he surrendered himself? Okay, apparently I'm missing a lot. I'm missing a lot of context. You really don't know, do you? Best I start at the beginning then. Aldous is something of an enigma. He and Leovold were two of the greatest gladiators ever to grace the Blood Sands, but he threw all that hard-fought glory away for a few gil more. See, the average old Don loves a good Colosseum fight. And what better way to make a gladiatorial spectacle more entertaining than wagering on the outcome? Yeah, betting, of course. So when it got out that Aldous was orchestrating a match-fixing scheme of untold proportions, well, you can imagine the shock and anger the people felt. He was expelled from the Colosseum, and his wins were were stricken from the record. Your guildmaster, Mila, got the worst of it, though. Not only was her friend exposed as a fraud, but around the same time, her father fell ill and passed away. Aw, poor girl. There were some oddities surrounding his death, too. 'Twas rumored he took his own life out of shame for his disgraced pupil, or that he might have even been murdered by the man. Baseless conjecture, really, but it made all this look that much worse. Ugh. In the end, Mila lost two of the most important men in her life, and was forced to take charge of the guild alone. And Levolt? He tried to go it solo on the Blood Sands, but it wasn't the same. Without Aldous, his career was finished. Now you know the nature of the man you so desperately want to save, though. Or though, judging from that look in your eyes, I gather you still have your reservations. Ah, fine then. Though you can't blame me for doubting a man found in possession of Rhaegar's bile. 'Tis a vile poison, rather inexpensive, too. Only the Corpse Brigade knows how to make it. I just got a big smile on my face. The Corpse Brigade! Are we gonna meet Maluda? I hear. God only knows why they'd give it to Aldous. Could go to their headquarters at the Sepulchre in southern Thanalan and ask them direct, I reckon. It's funny how Aldous' name is very similar sounding to Argus / Argoth or Algus. I can see a similarity here with their personalities. I have an aversion to direct confrontation, personally, but you don't, do you? By and by, should you save the poor bastard's life, tell him we're even, and that I hope it was all worth it. Very well, Waimon. You're true to your word, and you're very wise for your age. Why am I saying for your age? He's not that old. Okay, I probably should have gone to the main crystal to the left, actually, because I need to go to southern Thanalan. Southern Thanalan. Ooh, nice machinist. I need to build up my machinist job quests, especially since I really can't do much as a machinist in terms of actual damage. It's a shame, really. I love playing as the machinist, but like I barely have any sort of damage capabilities because most of the moves I have are tied to level 30, the level 30 quests. So the Corpse Brigade. Do they have the Fate open? They don't. So this is where the Corpse Brigade is usually located at. And funnily enough, the Corpse Brigade is a reference to Final Fantasy Tactics. The group of rebellious knights that rebelled against the royal family and hierarchy after the 50-year war due to the fact that Ivalice's royal family did not pay the wages of the working soldiers. So the Corpse Brigade is just filled with a bunch of knights and wizards who never got paid by the government. And you're supposed to sympathize with them to a degree until they end up kidnapping your best friend's sister. And then you're like, I still sympathize with you, but you're going about this all wrong. And some of them already know that. So this is the Corpse Brigade's hideout, and usually... Bill of sale. Okay, apparently that's something I need to get. This is the Corpse Brigade's hideout, and usually there is a fate in this area that involves fighting the Corpse Brigade's leader, Maluda, who is supposed to be Vigraf's sister in Final Fantasy Tactics, who was also part of the Corpse Brigade. So hello, fellow Corpse Brigadians. Okay, I guess not fellow Corpse Brigadians. Can I target only a couple of these guys and not fight the big ones? Thank goodness. Get him! Get him! I have so much defense. I'm even parrying well. Are they colored green? Yeah, they are colored green, just like the Corpse Brigade in Tactics. That's awesome. I really want to see what Maluda looks like. Ah, I keep coming to Southern Thanalan to do in order to do the Ixali missions, but like, or not the Ixali, the Amalja missions. I keep mixing up the races, but the Maluda fate just never shows up. I want to fight Maluda again. I want to see if it actually looks like Maluda. She had one of the best designs in that game, or at least in early Chapter 1. Alright, so... after we've gotten the note, where do we go now? Alright, we head all the way up there. We're still in the Corpse Brigade's territory, it seems. Weird how the side quest isn't showing up, but that's probably because it's not located on the right side of that list. Which is a shame, but it is what it is. Never mind, here it is! Wait, this isn't the... Brass Blades seek volunteers to aid them in the capture or slaying of the Quartz Brigade Captain Gisfrid, the Grinder. I don't think this is the one with Maluda. Was Gisfrid a character in... Tactics? He might have been one of those one-off characters that got killed via cutscene. Kind of like Gustav at the beginning. We never did get to fight Gustav in that game, but we did fight Gustav's soldiers right before he got eventually murdered by Vigraf. Similar with the guy from Bart's Trading Company and the priest in charge of... what's their name? Malik and Rafa, the two side characters. There's a lot of characters in Tactics that were mostly just there for the plot. Alright, well now that we've completed that objective, do we head back to the Gladiators Guild? Apparently we do. Well, considering we're out here, let's just head all the way back to the Steps of Null. It's right there, and it's only 52 guild. We could make the trek, but I don't want to waste too much time. Especially since it's really late where I am. You guys aren't gonna know the real time because I'm keeping it hidden. But let's just say it is extremely late at the moment. Alright, let's head to the Gladiators Guild, I believe. Oh wait, this isn't the mission. Where is it? Is it? Bottled Fantasy? Excuse me? Wait, what the heck is that? Well, 50 Shades of Sidhu, that is the what is it called? What's the side quest chain that belongs with Hildebrand, yeah. That's the Hildebrand quest, I believe. We're not gonna do the Hildebrand, but what the fuck is this over here? I do not recognize this. This is a level 1 quest. What is this random level 1 quest doing all the way in the corner? I have no idea who you are. A free Fantasia? Don't mind if I do. Bottle Fantasia, the medicine merchant leers at you, his smile unnaturally wide.
Well, hello there, lad. Care to make some easy gale? You need only deliver a vial of my wares to a customer. I'll make it worth your while.
Why ask me? Tilts his head.
You think some street urchin wouldn't scrumble to abscond with my goods or pilfer for my profit? No, I need an adventure for this work. Someone with morals.
Says it as if he doesn't have any.
Now that we understand each other, take this to the gladiator waiting on the steps of Nald. Once he received his dues, bring them straight back here, and rest assured I will know if you're even a gill short.
I guess that's why you're trusting an adventurer with morals. so they don't steal it away from you. Honestly smart. Well, it's a good thing I actually eyed that mission. So the Steps of Nald should be around here. Sadly, we have to book it. Oh no, we can't book it anymore. Oh no, the Banui is gone. And that poor Banui. I still wanted to pet him more. I gotta get that bunny head somehow. Although, knowing this game, it's probably something you can only purchase on the Mog store, which is a dang shame. Oh, so you're the guy that I need to give this to. Nice helmet piece.
This is taking forever. Maybe it really was too good to be true.
Oh, he's giving this person a mysterious liquor, which is a Fantasia. This elegant glass bottle is generously filled to the top through... Though with what? You couldn't say. Is he gonna turn himself into someone else?
Thank you, sir. I've been waiting for what I felt like ages, but finally it's here. My miracle draught. Oh, do you not know what this is? This, my friend, is a vial of mysterious brew called Fantasia. Legend states that any who drink it before lying down for the evening awakens a new man or woman.
There's an in-canon reason for the Fantasia. That's so cool.
My Colosseum debut is coming up and I'm terribly nervous, so I thought this medication might bestow me with the self-confidence I lack. And a chiseled, muscly body besides. I can't wait to show off in my subligar. Take this with the medicine merchant with my compliments. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm off to make my dream come true.
They gave us a free Fantasia. Was this quest always here or something? This is new for me. I always passed that particular area and I never saw that blue quest line, ever. How incredibly strange. So speaking of which, we need to find out where this is at. Okay, so we just need to head back to the Gladiators Guild. For some reason it's not showing on our map, but I think it might be the same with when we were going to fight the Corpse Brigade. It's just not going to show for some reason. Probably due to the fact that it's not on the list to the right with all those quests that we've accepted. Maybe that's a way to not flood your map with a bunch of quest indicators. I mean, I would have preferred that.
Good, you're back, and with my payment I expected.
There you go. Here's all your coins. And an actual cutscene.
Every last skill accounted for. I knew you'd be right for the job. Now for your payment. But what's this?
Is that him? Oh my gosh, he turned himself into a is that a Rogadin? No, that's not a Rogadin. That's a Hume or a Hearer. That is a muscly Hearer. The fucking oh my gosh, the little I want to call him a Taru, but no, Lalafell. That little Lalafell turned into a giant Hearer.
A friend of yours? I can't say I recognize him.
Well, it's probably the guy.
My client? You mean that little Lalafell gladiator?
Lalafellan. Well, yes, isn't that what your medicine does? Or your potion just turned a Lalafell into a Hearer. I think Zippy would be more surprised.
Who's to say? I have no way of proving that man was indeed my client. But if it would sate your curiosity, I believe I can spare you a file for your own experimentation.
I've already used like 10 Fantasias at this point. But what's another one?
Now, my business here is done. We will meet again someday, though. Whether we recognize one another is less certain.
Oh my gosh. This is a fun little quest line. Was this added in an update or something? Maybe it was added for the Dawn Trail update. That would be cool if it was. But with that, we got a free Fantasia potion. I can use that later on to make myself into a female Hrothgar if I so choose. I will definitely do that once I get an extra Fantasia, just because I don't want to waste the first one. Maybe I'll be a female Hrothgar for, like, the end of Heavensward or something. That could be fun. Then again, can I be a female Hrothgar? Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can, actually. Yes, I can. Because it allows me to become one, despite the fact that I don't have Dawn Trail. So that's cool. So now we head to the Gladiators Guild, which is where I thought we were going. Well, I'm glad that I actually saw that mission, because that was actually kind of worth it. Sorry, Hildebrand Quest. We'll be back eventually.
Hello, Mila. Where have you been, Zippy? Aldous has been given over to the custody of Sacrarium. They mean to execute him. We must do something.
Yes, I have all this stuff from the Corpse Brigade.
This poison, is it? You've proof that Alcrons purchased it from the Corpse Brigade? Thank the gods you've done it. Quickly, we must show this to the official presiding over his execution at Highbridge. Go now!
At the execution? Wow, they are going really overboard on this. Okay, well now we have to actually look at our journal to see where this is going to be at. Oh, that's all the way at Eastern Thanalan? Okay, well, we'll just warp there. I'd rather just warp at this point. We can earn back this gil easily. It doesn't really matter in the long run. Oh. A Leve quest?
Right, we never did do the Leve quest in this place.
We'll do that later, though. For now, we have an execution to stop. Is this going to be a battle on the bridge moment? Are we going to have to stop Algus from being killed by Goltana's men? And then Milia will come and use Judgment Blade from the bottom of the bridge. That's a very steep bottom, though. Order of the Nalthian Priests. Oh gosh, they are literally going to execute him from here. Oh my gosh.
The Sacrarium has sentenced you to death for your crimes against the Sultanate. Have you any Huh? Who are you and what do you want?
Yeah, we have these. Ooh, okay. Well, I guess we're gonna have to fight our way out of here. These are bold accusations you make, adventurer.
Yes, they are.
However, the Sancarium has found the prisoner guilty in the eyes of gods and men, and he will be executed forthwith.
But we have the evidence.
Evidence?
Don't waste your breath, Zippy.
Thal's scales have always yielded to wealth above all else, and Lovold spent a fortune to secure my sentence.
Really? So he's in charge of all this?
Silence, criminal! And you! What are you waiting for? Do it! Do it!
Oh, no, you don't.
Where did that...
Yep, there she is.
Just couldn't stay away, could you? Well, at least I don't have to steal the headsman's axe.
They just stood there watching. Yeah, I'm out of here.
If the gods are to have blood this day, I'm afraid it won't be mine. Since you two are so devout, perhaps you'd be willing to offer yourselves in exchange.
Mercy! So much for the execution. Also, dude just totally sliced his leg there.
Oh, they knew.
Interfering with the law is a heinous crime. In fact, I believe it is punishable by death.
Dude, we are the gladiators. And a paladin. You have nothing on us. We are the law.
Great, are they going to count us as heretics at this point? I had a feeling the spectacle would draw you here.
I should have dealt with you myself from the start. Come, let's dance.
Brother! Oh, he says brother. I should probably give him a Liquid Snake voice. And you?
So it's come to be a rematch. Very well, I accept.
He's the Soul Snake.
Mila and the others need you, Zippy. Leave him to me. Colonel, tell me how to defeat this guy. Let me spend 30 minutes with you on a codec conversation.
And then plot twist, the Colonel was actually Mila. Alright, first and foremost, get our tank stance on. They need you up in the bridge, Zippy. Let's go! Thankfully, these guys are mincemeat compared to us. It also helps that our item level is extremely high. Oh, look, a monk! Chastity of the Alacron? What a name. Yeah, you guys are following me. I love the sounds that they made. Jeez. Yeah, just deal with these guys as much as possible. Oh wow, they are fighting up here. This is a war. These fucking black mages against the thaumaturges. So awesome. Alright, we gotta protect our allies. Let's do this. We gotta defeat all the chastities. Don't worry, Mila. I got your back. These guys are after me and me alone. As long as you can keep me healed, I'll be fine. Oh yeah, she knows healing magic. I mean, she is a paladin after all. It makes the most amount of sense. You should take a dirt nap. There we go. Oh great, there's more. Deal with that mage, Zippy, quickly! I am. Oh, you're talking about that mage, okay. Don't worry, I got it. We're doing good. Again, it helps that we have a paladin on our side because she's basically healing us. It's really cool to see her using healing magic. That's awesome. Right. You should relax a bit. We're doing pretty good. We actually got rid of that giant mage that was trying to fight us. And with that, we did it! Now can we pay Paladin? Hey, that's the same sword that I'm using. We did it! Nice beads in your hair, Mila. Aldous! Ooh, nice move. Also, this is not the good battleground to fight on.
You almost had me, Levolt.
Stay back! I won't have your pity! You're the one that had the... Wait, what was... It wasn't the recessive genes. I'm the one that had the recessive genes! You just have to have it all, didn't you? Just one victory. Just one bloody match. But your precious ego couldn't accept that. You ruined everything. It really does sound like a Liquid Snake. What a horrible cough. Tell me, Aldous, how does it feel to lose your name, your legacy, everything you ever loved? I'm sure he didn't know about that, but she did. I want to know how much you suffered.
Let it go, Levolt. It's over.
No, he wants his answer. Give him his answer. Give him his goddamn answer. Oh, is he gonna pull Dragoon? Is he gonna do the same thing that the Dragoon did? Damn it.
Like hell's it is. I swear you will never know peace. Not in this life or the next.
Fox. Die. When you walk away, you don't hear me say. It did kind of look like he was falling like Sora.
You know damn well neither of us will see Thal's realm.
Oh, you sure won't? Let's go. Our comrades are waiting. Are all of these quest lines just going to end with the main villain of each quest just throwing themselves off a cliff? Because if so, I can't wait for the Alchemist Guild. Okay. Well, we've done that. I'm guessing they want us to go back to the guild. Yep, pretty much. Simple teleporting is fine by me. Not to mention, we have a massive discount. The Banui hasn't returned. The poor Banui. Alright, Mila. What's your play gonna be? Please don't tell me we're gonna give Aldous the entire guild. I would genuinely leave if that's the case. You're a fine leader. You deserve to lead.
I'm glad you were there, Zippy. Without you, I doubt we could have defeated the Alacron. Have you ever considered the Colosseum? You'd make a wonderful attraction. Of course, you need a title that befits your prowess.
Oh, thank you, but I already entered into the Colosseum as a samurai. I kicked ass there. I also defeated Ultros too.
Now that it's all over, you'll be staying, won't you? No. Leovold may be dead, but the Alacron are far from finished. I'd rather not linger and give them a chance to regroup and seek revenge. It is a true tragedy that I cannot enjoy the company of Ulda's lovely ladies any longer.
Yeah, it's such a shame. Yeah, they're gonna miss you.
But I have faith that equally radiant beauties await me in distant lands. Aldous, Not another word, my dear. It's bad enough that the First Sword has permitted a disgraced gladiator to fraternize with her subordinates. Can you imagine the scandal if she became personally involved with a man? Nevertheless, I understand how you feel, Mila. I've known to have this effect on the fairer sex.
I should have let the headsman have his way with you. That way you might have learned something of humility.
But how am I supposed to remember the lesson without a head?
Your father would be proud of you, Mila. Don't ever change. He's the typical ladies' man character from a Japanese game. Not Lloyd Irving. The Irvine Kinneas, the Edgar Figuroni, or Edgaroni Figaro, that's his name. the typical ladies' man who flirts with every single lady. I mean, I like Irvine, I like Edgar, but mostly because they're more than just that. you gotta have more to your character than just being a ladies' man who flirts with everything that moves. You gotta have substance, and this guy just doesn't seem to have any. That's probably because this is a Realm Reborn quest, and they don't really have much substance other than build up for later stuff.
Yes, there was one more thing I wanted to say before I go, Zippy. 7 years ago, before my last match of the Bloodstands, I was given an offer, a sultan's ransom in exchange for a loss. Leveled begged and pleaded, but I just couldn't do it. Call it honor or pride or whatever you like. I made my choice, and in spite of all that came of, to this day I have no regrets. It's a simple thing to know what's right. Listen to that heart of yours, and it will never lead you astray. Trust in your companion.
That person watching from behind just taking all this in as well. Like, they are so in. Like, two of them, actually. I just noticed the guy who was behind Zippy's bicep. Like, these two gladiators are so in on this conversation. They are like, teach me your ways, Algus. or Aldous, sorry. You know, I have bad memories with August. Maybe that's why I don't like you.
Trust in your comrades, have faith in your skills, and you will triumph over any adversary.
Adversary.
And with that, I bid you farewell.
Dude just basically left on telling us to believe in the power of friendship and magic.
I better not have to wait 7 years to see that bastard again.
Maybe you should find someone else who's better and who actually is deserving of your love. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
There's still so much I want to. What in the seven hells are you looking at? This is a training hall. Why aren't you all training right now? To think all it takes to stand on the blood sands is a sword and a stupid grin. No. It takes years of hard work, an ocean of blood and sweat, and an unbreakable will. Every man and woman here has the potential to become a champion, but it is you and you alone who decides your destiny.
Agreed.
Nice message. So answer me now, gladiators. Will you follow in the footsteps of your brothers and sisters and inscribe your names in legends?
Oh my gosh, I love that. So we did like a warrior's howl. That was awesome. Ooh, nice armor. Helmet doesn't work, of course, but everything else looks pretty sweet. I especially really like the shirt piece. That one's genuinely cool. What is this piece? This is silver. Not worth it. I'd rather just get the upper torso piece. And with that, we have completed everything for Gladiator. Now all that is left is to unlock Paladin. Oh yeah! Lulutsu wishes to share with you some exciting news.
Oh, there you are, Zippy. Perfect timing. I've just heard a juicy bit of gossip that I know you're going to be interested in. Apparently, and remember, you heard this first from me, the Sultan's sworn elite are sharing the secret skills and training of paladins. Incredible, I know. The Sultan's sword have an exclusive monopoly of the instruction of paladin skills. Once upon a time, if you were the one of those officer track elites, then you had no chance to learn the arts, and competition to get to the top was very fierce indeed, let me tell you. But anyone who joined had to swear an oath of fealty to the Old Dawn Sultanate, which meant no more adventuring, no more daring do, and no more Colosseum. Just lashing about in the palace all day polishing plate mail. That sounds incredibly boring. That's why this news is so big. Now anyone with a big of a commitment can learn the skills of a paladin, and no memorizing the 55 commandments of the sword or any other nonsense either. So literally, Paladin used to be, in the context of 14, used to be what it is supposed to be in usual fiction and real life, is that it is a knight who has been trained in the ways of the Holy Church and fights for justice, as well as the current power that the religion is a part of. But it seems to have evolved in this era of Eorzea, so now it is no longer specifically tied to religion. It is just, you can learn the ways of a paladin without actually becoming indoctrinated into the church. I say indoctrinated, more like baptized. But then again, that's what the Holy Knight was in Tactics. Although Holy Knight might as well have just been paladin. That's pretty much what Agrius was. This is a platinum opportunity that comes only once in an adventurer's lifetime. Let this slip through your fingers and regret will be your just desserts. You need to go to the Royal Promenade in the hustling strip, find the captain of the Sultan's Sword Elite. Genlins is his name, and tell him how you're just dying to become a paladin.
Okay. Oh, we actually have the mission right here, so I can actually just come over here and look at it. Nice. So that is floor 3. Alright, off we go. Gosh, trying to be a tank in Alliance missions is going to be an absolute pain, I just know it. I am definitely not going to look forward to that. You look sweet, my man. What a cool paladin.
Yes, I am Genis, or Genlins, member of the Sultan's Sword Elite and servant to the Old Dawn Sultanate. Unless my instincts deceive me, you have come to inquire about the training as a paladin. If so, I would have your name, good sir.
Yeah, my name's Zippy and I'm a gladiator and I want to be what?
Zippy, a fine name. I bid you welcome, and salute your noble resolve. But if you aspire to paladinhood, you should understand what it means. A paladin swears allegiance to the Sultanate. A paladin shall be the sword and shield of the Sultanate. I mean, the Sultanate's nice, so sure, I'd be fine with that. A paladin defends the people of the realm. Sells swords and gladiators, and others of their ilk wield their blades for themselves. But a paladin serves the greater... Do you understand me? The battle arts are the paladins learn... The battle arts that the paladin learns have been held secret, nurtured, and perfected within the ranks of the Sultan's sworn elite for nigh on these 600 years. Of all those sworn to protect the Sultanate, the soldiers, the mounted guards, and the knights, we are the elite of the elite, our conviction unwavering, our heart true, our sword skills without peer. But the glory of the Sultan's sworn, well, much of it is buried in the past now. Our brotherhood grows smaller by the year. We are a shadow of what we once were, and the Sultana turns to sell swords to defend her palace. No wonder why she came to us Avengers. All this because of one traitor. No, because of a blot of dishonor left by one who shall not be named. Is it Argoth? And because of him, we have been forced to seek the help of able-bodied adventurers. And here you are. We shall instruct you in the paladin military arts. You will not be inducted into the Sultan's Sworn, but serve as a free paladin. Yay! However, first you will show us that both your sword and heart have metal, and you are worthy of the honor. In the ruins of the south of Little Alamigo, you will find an iron brazier. Light it, and the undead nearby will draw to the flame. Slay these monsters and give their hearts to the fire. Return and present to me their ashes as proof of your deeds. Now, would-be paladin, show me the metal in your heart and steel in your blade. Wait.
Wait, it's all the way in south, right? Oh, screw that. I'm gonna teleport there. Maybe then we can finally meet Maluda. Man, I just want to meet Maluda. I just want to see her. Damn it, it's still not there. How do we activate that? Ulda's Naturalists. Is it like one of these missions that we need to activate? I don't think so. I'll need to do some research because I do want to show that off eventually. Maybe when I'm doing a live stream with Scar or something. Some sort of session. Fallen and Tempered. Okay, so these are guys that have fallen to the power of Ifrit, I'm guessing. And the Amalja.
Let me fondly grasp it. Firmly grasp it. Oh no, wandering soldiers!
Apparently these are the monsters they were talking about. They kind of look like undead, sort of, probably. Oh yeah, they're definitely undead.
Oh no, you don't.
Nice. Well, that was easy. So with Paladin's Pledge done, where do we go to feed the ashes? Oh, we feed them literally right here. Okay.
Firmly fondle it.
Is this going to dispel all of the undead in the area? Ooh. Rogadin!
If you're in this place searching for the undead, then you must be a petitioner seeking the secret of the paladin arts.
Oh my gosh, this guy looks so cool. I love his crown, his circlet, and his shiny armor. And oh my gosh, he has gray hair. Sign me up.
Make no mistake, Simply learning the paladin's swordplay does not make you a paladin, nor does the armor you wear, or the status you claim. I am just another aging, free paladin, but you would do well to heed my counsel. Strike off the shackles that bind your spirit, lift the visor that binds, or blinds, and find the true path of the paladin. Strike off the shackles that bind my spirit, but he's the one who's controlling me. Here, you will return to the captain, yes? Then give him this crystal.
Is that a heartbeat? Thank you?
The way you use that sword reminds me of a man I used to know.
Is this the guy who dishonored the paladins? I'm gonna call it right now. It's probably this guy.
Mine eyes may be old, but they can see the truth well enough. Be a paladin strong and true. Devote yourself to the way and become a beacon of light.
Did the cool guy wave and everything. So anime. Oh, nice mist that certainly encompassed this entire place. Alright, we march. Back to Ul'dah. Oh gosh, right inside of a lady. Which is totally something Zippy would say, actually. He's very awkward.
Oh no, I'm inside of the lady, no!
Okay, Genlins. Here's your, here's the proof as well as the crystal. Face the undead monsters who infest the ruins south of Little Alamigo in southern Thanalan. Defeat them and return to proof of your deeds. Yes, in fact, we did that. Yes, that's what I needed. Proof that you have defeated the undead. You have shown that your heart is true and your sword has metal. I have no doubt that you will prove to be an attentive pupil. That is well, for there is much to learn. First and foremost, this. You are a paladin now, a custodian of traditions and ancient noble. A free paladin has no master. Instead, he travels all lands, and in every place takes up the cause of the unarmed and defenseless. You swear fealty not to a lord, but to yourself. You are nobility amongst adventurers. Nice. You have taken your first step on the new path, and you have earned the right to bear this, the soul of the paladin. Upon its surface are carved the deeds of the paladins of eras past. He who bears it commands the respect of all knights in honor. Bahamut's Fane! You already possess a crystal! And you say it was given to you by an unknown free paladin? Who told you to hand it to me? Makes you wonder. Where is this crystal which you speak? I demand you show it to me at once. Here you go. Has a little shield inside of it too. Curse him. He has made a mockery of the trial. That crystal you bear is indeed the soul of the paladin, but it is the disgraced impure. It was stolen from the Sultan's sword. The man who gave you this soul is the very traitor whom I have been seeking these many moons. He is an oathbreaker who bends the knee to the Ul'dah Sultanate, and who bent the knee. Okay. So basically he betrayed her. And who sworn allegiance to the Sultan's sword. But then, oh, no, actually he bent down. Okay. Oh, yeah. He bended down on a knee. Don't mind if I do. But then single-handedly sullied our name, and trampled it underfoot until it was lost. Perhaps forever. How dare he give counsel on honor and paladin way. This soul is polluted, and I must dispose of it. When you come to wield your sword as a paladin, the only soul you may wear is that which is bestowed by the captain of the Sultan's sword. The traitor is no Sultan's sword, still less a captain. By giving you a soul, he insulted not only the Brotherhood, but you too. I don't know, he seemed pretty cool about it. Pretty chill. Maybe that's the point. Perhaps an adventurer like yourself finds own rules nothing more than a nuisance. Or our rules no more than a nuisance. But through reigns long and short, our forebears in the Sultan's Sworn have preserved its ritual traditions, and we are duty-bound to uphold them, even if men and women within our own ranks scorn them as relics. It has been my fate to be captain of the Sultan's Sword in these troubled times. Though I did not ask for this honor, I have bent my knee to the Sultana and sworn fealty.
and I will fight to restore honor and name. You wield a skilled blade, and more importantly, you have met the traitor face to face. Your great task as a paladin will be to help me bring him to justice. You must ready yourself, marshal your resources, and hone your skills until that time comes when you are able to discharge your duty. The journey will be long, but you are a paladin, and honor binds you as surely as an oath. And with that, I have officially become Le Paladin, who wears dark leather.
I guess I really am a free paladin when you think about it.
Yay! The spirits within.
Nice reference there.
Well, thankfully, I'm already level 40. Level 41, actually.
Sweet.
Okay. Let us equip this stone. Transfer all this. Yes, I want to transfer all of the hotbars. And change Gladiator into Paladin. Fantastic. Look at that. We look so awesome.
I don't feel any different though. Okay.
Oh, I completely forgot to use this coffer, actually. This was from the Dragoon quest line. Oh, that is a lot of stuff. Excuse me? Gave me all of the worm armor. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that out later to see what it looks like, but, nice, okay. I have a bunch of new stuff now. So, here's what we can do. We're running on 2 hours. I can either go a little bit longer to try to complete some more quest lines, or I can end it right here. Well, first and foremost, what does Spirits Within do? Sentinel reduces damage taken by 30%. Ooh. That's pretty nice. Hey, that's pretty good.
Okay, seriously, what does Spirits Within do?
Oh, here it is. Spirits Within delivers an attack with a potency of 270. Okay. It's a 30 recast timer. Strange to give it to me right here. Okay. Don't really see a point to this. That's AoE. I guess I could put it right here. And then that could be the AoE. Sentinel. I never use interject. In fact, I'm starting to think that interject just doesn't work. It doesn't exist. There was never an interject. There never was one. Rage of Halon. That I do have, yes. And then I get a Circle of Scorn. And these are all the job abilities. Sheltron reduces damage taken by 15%. Ooh, nice. Duration is 4 seconds. And the Oath Gauge. I get an Oath Gauge? Okay. It's a 5-second recast timer, so I guess depending on... I'm gonna get a gauge somewhere around that time. Prominence delivers an attack with a potency of 100 to all nearby enemies. So basically the second AoE. Combo attack with total clips. Yep, it literally is the second AoE. Nice. Cover. Ooh, okay. Well, I can't get these two just yet, so... you know what? We're here. I'm still recording. Good. Let's continue a little bit longer. I'm going to try to complete as many quests as possible. So, Oath of Mastery increases Oath Gauge by 5 times each time, and we get Shieldtron. Interesting. So I guess we'll unlock the Oath Gauge after this. Honor Loss. Captain Genlins wishes to teach you more about the Paladin arts. I was going to do Monk today and Machinist, but I guess I could save that for
next time. Although next session will most likely be with Scar, so I'll have to suck it up and just use my Dragoon abilities and just be the Dragoon for now. And then pretty soon I might just switch to either Machinist or I want to be Paladin. I want to be Paladin by the time we get there. I need to build a Paladin fast. You have earned the right to call yourself a Paladin. But how do others treat you? Do they recognize you for what you are? Remember that fancy swordplay and well-polished armor do not make you a paladin. You must be just in your heart and strive always to be an exemplar of true virtue. Once, not long ago, the Sultan Sworn could walk up the streets with their heads held high. When they marched by, the small folk would look upon them with reverence and gratitude. And no one was more respected than the captain, my predecessor. When I first saw him, I was still a child. My father had promised to take me to a local festival, but somewhere he took a wrong turn. We became lost and stumbled onto a secluded back alley. Luck was not with us, because the next moment we found ourselves in the middle of a riot. Drunken hunters were firing arrows into the crowd, and we were caught between them. There was no way out, and it was only a matter of time before we could be struck. That's when the captain saved us from our plight. I'd never seen a sword move so swiftly. It flashed faster than my eyes could follow, and in seconds the hunters were on the ground or fleeing for their lives. The captain was gone down the street, slicing their heels before my father had time to thank him. Even today I can see the captain as he was then, blood on his sword, armor impossible bright in the sun. After that, all I ever wanted was to be a paladin. I would practice endlessly with my sword, dreaming of bandits defeated and monsters slain. Even after I became one of the Sultan Sworn, the memory of the captain still inspired me. I was always the first to arrive in the training yard, and the last to leave. Oh, this captain very much inspired this dude. And so years had passed, and before I knew it, I found myself named Captain of the Sultan Sword, and he did it! He fulfilled his dream. Yet the triumph was hollow, because by then the honor of the Sultan Sword Elite, that very thing that had drawn me to the Brotherhood, was a mere vestige, like the discarded banner of a defeated foe. There were many reasons for the fall, but the loss of Oathkeeper, yes, that was the mortal blow. The sword of Oathkeeper was bestowed upon the first captain of the Sultan Sword, by the then Sultan of Ulda. In time it became our standard, the symbol of the oath we had sworn, and it was treasured by each new captain for generations. Possession was proof of Sultan Sworn command. But then the unthinkable came by. Oathkeeper was stolen by the traitor. It took our brotherhood to the core, or it shook our brotherhood to the core. How can we trust to protect the Sultana if we cannot even hold on to the symbol of our fealty? We have been tarnished in the eyes of the ruler and ruled alike. If Sultan Sworn are to survive, we must find the traitor and recover Oathkeeper. But the Sultan's sword have grown too weak, and we cannot do it ourselves. We've been forced to recruit outsiders to help us in our cause. I have high hopes for you, my friend. It is a great thing that we ask, and you must learn more of our secrets if you are to succeed. In Outer Lanoscea, near the Hermit's Hovel, is a grove where ringtails congregate. Pitting yourself against a host of these beasts would be a fine way to hone the skills that I would teach you. That sounds pretty easy to me. In the grove, you will find another brazier, this time filled with a potent incense that will drive the creatures into a frenzy. Defeat your attackers and return to me. So the first quest seems to be just, we need to prove ourselves. Sounds easy enough, I guess. He wants us to go to Outer Lanoscea, excuse me? Okay, I clearly didn't pay attention to what he said. We need to go all the way to Outer Lanoscea? Okay, well, good thing I don't mind teleporting there. Great, my dog wants to be let out. Just when I am about ready. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording real quick, and I will be right back. You guys will not know the difference, though, because I will just edit these together.